In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on December 30th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New Jersey Devils versus Boston Bruins. The New Jersey Devils, boasting a record of 19-13-2, entered the 2023-2024 season as legitimate contenders for the Stanley Cup in the Eastern Conference. With a talent-laden roster featuring numerous elite young players, their performance so far may not reflect their best hockey, but they remain in the playoff race. As they gradually regain health, the Devils are anticipated to emerge as a team to watch in the fiercely competitive Metropolitan Division. In their upcoming matchup, the Devils will face off against the Boston Bruins, who possess a notable record of 20-7-6. Despite losing key veterans in the summer, the Bruins have seamlessly sustained their momentum from the previous season into the current one. The Atlantic Division is a tightly contested battleground, making every 2 points crucial for the Bruins as they aim to maintain their position at the top. The Devils recently played 2 consecutive games leading up to Friday's encounter with the Ottawa Senators. Displaying resilience, they orchestrated late comebacks to secure victories, notably triumphing 4-3 in overtime against the Columbus Blue Jackets. The season statistics reveal an offensive prowess for the Devils, averaging 3.42 goals, while their defense, ranked 29th, has been a vulnerability, conceding 3.55 goals per game. Jack Hughes has been a standout performer with 14 goals and 26 assists. A fast start will be crucial for the Devils in this upcoming game. In contrast, the Bruins face the Buffalo Sabres in their latest outing, conceding only 1 goal and emerging victorious by a 3-goal margin. Charlie Coyle's offensive contribution with 2 goals showcased the Bruins' offensive potency. Their season averages include 3.09 goals scored and 2.61 goals conceded per game. While the offense has shown occasional inconsistency, the Bruins boast the 5th best defense in the NHL. Notably, David Pastrnak has been a key contributor with 20 goals and 25 assists. The Bruins recently snapped a 4-game losing streak and enter the upcoming game well-rested. On the other hand, the Devils are playing their 2nd consecutive game on Saturday night and their 3rd in 4 nights. The Bruins' defense is expected to capitalize on the fatigue of the Devils, with goalie Linus Ullmark benefiting from over a week of rest. The Bruins will exploit the opportunity against a Devils defense ranked among the league's weakest. Their ability to generate shots, ranked 9th in shots per game, will be advantageous against the Devils, who rank 29th in save percentage. Despite geographical proximity, the Devils and Bruins haven't developed a significant rivalry in recent years, possibly due to the one-sided nature of their matchups. The Bruins boast an 8-2 record in their last 10 head-to-head meetings, although the Devils secured a notable 2-1 victory in their initial encounter this season on December 13th. Historically, the Bruins have dominated, winning the past 6 matchups and maintaining a 4-0 record in their last 4 clashes in Boston. With a significant advantage in net, the Bruins aim to capitalize on home turf to reverse some recent losses. Considering the Devils' stronger performances on the road this season, they were initially under consideration. However, the value seems to lie with the Bruins at home, especially given the relatively affordable price. The Bruins have consistently proven to be a formidable force on their home turf, winning 8 of the last 10 meetings against the Devils. Consequently, the Boston Bruins money line stands as our full game side pick. Anticipating a one-sided contest favoring the Bruins, this projection hinges on the Bruins' defensive prowess stifling the opposition. Their ability to neutralize the opposing team's power plays and their top-ranked save percentage should limit the Devils to 1 goal or less on Saturday. Envisioning the Bruins establishing a 2-goal or more lead against the vulnerable Devils defense, the expectation is for the Bruins to effectively shut down the Devils' offensive efforts. While both teams possess impressive offensive talents, their matchups consistently unfold as tightly contested, low-scoring affairs. The past 4 games have seen all but one decided by just 1 goal, averaging just over 4 goals per game. This trend is attributed to exceptional goaltending performances. The Devils, with a recent 6-3-1 under record, have allowed merely 7 goals in their 3-game winning streak. Conversely, Boston holds a 5-5 under record over the same period, allowing under 13 goals in their last 5 home games. Possessing arguably the best goaltender tandem in the NHL, the Bruins are well equipped to stifle the Devils' offense, making the under the projected total our full game total pick. New York Rangers versus Tampa Bay Lightning. The conclusion of the 2022-2023 season left the New York Rangers disheartened, despite its initial promise. However, early into the current season, the team has displayed marked improvement in every aspect of their game. Even against formidable Metropolitan Division rivals, they've proven nearly unstoppable. Now, the Rangers set their sights on making a significant statement on the road, facing the formidable Tampa Bay team, a challenge that will undoubtedly test their mettle. In this upcoming clash, the Rangers will contend with the Tampa Bay Lightning, a team boasting one of the most impressive track records in the NHL, with 3 Stanley Cup Finals appearances in the last 4 years. The Lightning, while not showcasing their usual dominance this season, remains a force to be reckoned with. Their core group and wealth of experience make them a formidable opponent that cannot be underestimated. The recent performance of the New York Rangers has left them with a season record of 24 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie. Their most recent game ended in a 4-3 defeat to the Florida Panthers. Despite tying the game at 3 in the third period, the Rangers conceded the decisive goal just 82 seconds later. Notably, their offensive efforts were not lacking, outshooting Florida 34-32, although they faltered on the power play, going 0-2. Leading the Rangers in goals, assists, and shots on goal is Artemi Panarin with 20 goals, 27 assists, and 141 shots. Igor Shesterkin, projected as the starting goalie, holds a record of 14-7-0 this season, with a 2.77 goals against average and a .908 save percentage. On the other side, the Tampa Bay Lightning, with a record of 17-14-5, recently suffered a 3-2 defeat to the Florida Panthers. Trailing 3-1 in the third period, the Lightning fell short in their comeback attempt. While their recent performance may not be as stellar as in previous years, the team remains potent, as evidenced by victories over Washington, Vegas, and St. Louis in the 3 games prior to facing Florida. Nikita Kucherov leads the Lightning with 24 goals, 34 assists, and 162 shots on goal. Starting goalie Andrei Vasilevsky has an 8-6-0 record this season, with a 2.78 goals against average and a .907 save percentage. In their last 4 games, the Lightning have secured 3 victories, showcasing strong offensive prowess with 13 goals in their last 3 home games. Additionally, they have excelled on special teams, converting over 29% of their power play opportunities. In contrast, the Rangers have demonstrated proficiency in penalty killing but struggled defensively in recent games, conceding 8 goals in their last 3 outings. Playing on consecutive nights might contribute to fatigue, potentially making it challenging for them to contain the Lightning's offensive onslaught. While the Rangers have secured 2 consecutive wins, their performance on the road has been inconsistent, with 2 victories and 2 losses in their last 4 away games. Offensive struggles have been evident, scoring 9 goals in their last 4 road games. Despite this, their special teams have excelled, converting over 31% of power play opportunities. However, the Lightning's strong penalty killing and defensive efforts, conceding only 9 goals in their last 4 games, are expected to pose challenges for the Rangers' offense. The upcoming matchup holds added significance as these teams forged a solid rivalry after meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 seasons ago. Both teams are coming off losses against the Florida Panthers, and with the Rangers playing in their second game of a back-to-back, the intensity of this encounter is anticipated to be elevated. The head-to-head record over their past 10 meetings is tied at 5-5, showcasing the competitive nature of these Eastern Conference powerhouses. However, the Lightning boast a 4-0 record in their last 4 meetings in Tampa, with 3 of those games decided by just 1 goal. Coupled with an extra day of rest for the Lightning, this sets the stage for an intense showdown, making the Tampa Bay Lightning money line our full game side pick. Despite Andrei Vasilevsky's performance not reaching its peak this season, the goaltending matchup in games between these 2 teams has consistently delivered. The under has hit in 8 of their past 10 head-to-head meetings, even though their most recent clash in April resulted in a high-scoring 6-3 victory for the Rangers. The Rangers have seen the under in 4 of their last 6 games, allowing just 3 goals per game in their past 5 on the road. For the Lightning, the under is at 6-4 in their last 10 games, with just over 2 goals allowed per game in their past 5. Despite Despite the offensive firepower of both teams, this matchup promises a classic battle between two of the NHL's premier goaltenders. Averaging 3.39 goals per game overall, the Rangers maintain a slightly lower average of 3.18 goals per game on the road. Their last 3 games against the Lightning saw an average of 3.33 goals per game. Considering Tampa Bay's home defense, allowing 2.75 goals per game, the Rangers are likely to be held below their average in this matchup. The Lightning, with an average of 3.31 goals per game and 3.75 goals per game at home, scored an average of 2 goals per game in their last 3 encounters with the Rangers. The Lightning and Rangers have played under the total in 8 of their last 10 meetings, indicating a trend towards lower scoring games. The upcoming game is anticipated to be a heavyweight clash, with a potential goaltending duel between Shesterkin and Vasilevsky, adding to the spectacle. The game has the hallmarks of a first to 3-win scenario, showcasing a battle between two of the NHL's top goaltenders. Given New York's defensive record of allowing 2.59 goals per game on the road, it is expected that the Lightning will struggle to score enough goals to push the total over. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Carolina Hurricanes versus Toronto Maple Leafs. The Carolina Hurricanes are currently on the road, embarking on a journey to Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, where they are set to clash with the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the Eastern Conference standings, Carolina holds the 5th position with a commendable record of 19 wins, 13 losses, and 4 overtime losses. On the other hand, Toronto resides in the 7th spot with a record of 17 wins, 9 losses, and 7 overtime losses. Notably, in the previous season, the Maple Leafs emerged victorious in 2 out of the 3 encounters against the Hurricanes. Entering this matchup, the Carolina Hurricanes boast a season record of 19 wins, 13 losses, and 4 overtime losses, showcasing their prowess on the ice. In their recent game, they secured a 5-3 victory over Montreal, with moments of tension as they held 2-0 and 3-2 leads but managed to pull away in the 3rd period. Their offensive prowess was evident as they outshot Montreal 31-21, while their power play performance stood at 1-3. Prior to facing Montreal, Carolina triumphed over Nashville with a 5-2 score but faced setbacks against the Islanders and Penguins. The team maintains a scoring average of 3.33 goals per game, allowing 3.14 goals against per game. Notably, Sebastian Aho has been a standout player for Carolina with 14 goals, 25 assists, and 99 shots on goal. The projected starting goalie for Carolina is Pyotr Kochetkov, who boasts an 8-7-3 record this season, complemented by a 2.65 goals against average and a .898 save percentage. In contrast, the Toronto Maple Leafs entered this game with a season record of 17 wins, 9 losses, and 7 overtime losses. In their previous game, they suffered a 6-5 overtime defeat against Columbus, relinquishing leads of 3-1 and 5-4. Despite outshooting Columbus 33-21 and converting 2-4 on the power play, Toronto faced adversity in the 3rd period, allowing the tying goal and eventually succumbing in overtime. Before this defeat, the Maple Leafs experienced a 4-2 loss to Ottawa but secured a 4-1 victory over Columbus in their preceding game. Toronto maintains an offensive average of 3.53 goals per game and concedes 3.38 goals against per game. William Nylander has been a standout performer for Toronto, contributing 17 goals, 31 assists, and 140 shots on goal. The projected starting goalie for Toronto in this matchup is Martin Jones, holding a 4-2-0 record, accompanied by a 2.85 goals against average and a .914 save percentage. Embarking on the first leg of a 3-game road trip, the Carolina Hurricanes find themselves at Scotiabank Arena for a showdown against the Toronto Maple Leafs. This encounter adds to their ongoing 3-game stretch against original 6 teams, following a victorious 5-3 bout against the Montreal Canadiens in their previous game in Raleigh. The Hurricanes have demonstrated a resurgence in their goal-scoring abilities, amassing a total of 14 goals in the last 3 games, equating to an impressive average of 4.7 goals per game. Moreover, they have managed to score 4 or more goals in 6 of their previous 9 outings. While Carolina emerged victorious in their most recent meeting with Toronto last season, winning 5-3 on March 25th at PNC Arena, it is essential to acknowledge that the Maple Leafs have secured victories in 4 of the past 5 encounters in this series. Despite Toronto's recent dominance in the series, they are likely to rely on backup goaltender Martin Jones in this game, considering they played the night before against Columbus. The Leafs boast a respectable 2-1 record in the past 3 games played without rest. However, their performance on home ice has been inconsistent, suffering losses in their last 2 games against the Ottawa Senators and New York Rangers. Additionally, the Maple Leafs hold a 2-2-2 mark in their last 6 games overall at Scotiabank Arena. Anticipation is high for what promises to be an enthralling game between 2 Eastern Conference powerhouses. Toronto aims to assert its dominance on home ice, while the Hurricanes seek to build on 2 consecutive strong victories and take control of the game. With an impressive average of 3.33 goals per game, the Hurricanes are poised to unleash their offensive prowess, with key players like Sebastian Aho and Martin Necas leading the charge. Defensively, the Hurricanes look to limit the Maple Leafs' offense through the efforts of Brent Burns, Jakob Slavin, and the defensive unit, creating turnovers and minimizing shots on goal. This defensive strategy aims to provide goaltender Pyotr Kochetkov with the opportunity to make crucial saves. Toronto, entering the matchup on a less favorable note with 4 losses in their last 5 games, faces the challenge of playing on a back-to-back, having lost to the Blue Jackets on the preceding night. Although Carolina has a road record of 9-10-1, their recent scoring prowess, evidenced by 5 goals in each of their last 2 games, positions them as a formidable opponent. The Maple Leafs' inconsistency throughout the season raises concerns, providing an advantage to the more stable Hurricanes. So the Carolina Hurricanes money line is our full game side pick. In analyzing the offensive dynamics, both teams showcase remarkable capabilities in finding the back of the net. The Maple Leafs, averaging 3.53 goals per game, are expected to exploit opportunities against the Hurricanes, who concede an average of 3.14 goals per game. Players like Austin Matthews and William Nylander are instrumental in controlling the puck and creating open shots with precise passes. On the flip side, the Hurricanes, having scored 10 goals in their last 2 games, are anticipated to capitalize on the Maple Leafs' defensive vulnerabilities. With Sebastian Aho, Martin Necas, Seth Jarvis, and the forward unit leading the charge, the Hurricanes aim to increase the score by crashing the net on offensive rushes and executing effective puck movement. While Martin Jones is expected to perform well in the game, acknowledging that he may concede a couple of goals, the focus remains on the Hurricanes' ability to exploit opportunities against Antti Raanta. 6 of Ranta's last 7 starts have seen the total goals surpassing expectations. Despite Carolina's commendable penalty kill percentage of 82.2%, Toronto's potent power play, operating at a top 3 percentage, presents a challenge that could result in additional goals. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.